Welcome, guys, my tribe, my amazing, awesome, phenomenal people. Born for Victory, we're coming back, and we're coming back with amazing, amazing stuff. We were born July 2020 in Istanbul, Turkey. Lots of people didn't understand English, but they followed us. Hope you follow us and share your own insights and opinions and wisdom with us. Subscribe to our channel, Born for Victory. We'll appreciate all your support, and not just with subscription. Like our channel. Write your positive feedback. We'll appreciate this so much. The journey is about healing. Every humankind must be given a grace, the opportunity to go through these processes of healing. Healing never ends. Healing is a process. I come from a generation of healers. They were using maybe the water prayers. I pray, meditate and stuff like that. But talking about things has been what has helped me. I never went to a psychologist. I remember when I lost my mom, even my Jewish friends said, Jax, you need to see the psychologist because there's been a lot. But talking about stuff helps a lot. My healing journey has been empowered by every woman, every man that I've shared my stories with, and then vice versa. So we would like for you to join this victory train, Born for Victory. Once again, my name is Jacqueline, aka Queen Esther, and it will be a privilege and a blessing to have you on board. Born for Victory. We are born to be victorious. Never a victim, always victorious. For everything that happens to us didn't happen to us, happened for us. So see you on board. Hi guys, I'm really excited to be here in the studio. Born for Victory is my baby. The passion I have for all of us to heal, it's amazing. I started this work as a child, but obviously I started this channel in 2020 in Istanbul, Turkey, and I would love for us to heal together. The main reason for this channel is that I acknowledge that all of us, we need to go on this healing journey. And the time is now. We stopped the 3 years I've been back from Turkey due to circumstances, but now we're ready to go. Why not? There's no perfect time. As I said all the time, perfection is an illusion. We are born for victory, meaning there's nothing that can conquer us. There's never been a challenge to humanity that is unknown to humanity. So whatever we go through in life, it actually helps us to be strong, to grow, to become the better versions of ourselves. So Born for Victory will appreciate your subscription, your likes, and your positive feedback. To all the nasties, withhold your negative comments, yeah? We will block you, definitely. So yeah, Born for Victory. We're on Instagram as 8Jacqueline, number 8, JACQUELIN, without an E. We'll appreciate your support. So today I'm going to be very short with my message. A friend of mine who was supposed to come, she didn't make it, but as we say, the party goes on. Yeah? I would like to share my childhood stories in a very dynamic way since I'm back in Africa. Because in Europe, in Turkey, people are different. So I'm hoping that in Africa, we will embrace Born for Victory. We will love Born for Victory. And you that will resonate with us, we will come on board, share our ideas, share our insights, and help each one of us to continue and continue healing, because healing never comes to an end. There's no I'm healed now. No, it's a process. What inspired the channel is that growing up in rural Shakung, it wasn't easy. Life was so difficult, and as a child you don't even understand the part of the difficulty I'm about to share with you. My mother got married to another man who had 5 children, and I came with her and my brother. It was tough times because she had to be in the city working. My mom was a domestic worker all her life. Got beaten up every day. As early as 6 years, 7 years, my stepsisters expected me to wake up and make the fire and serve them. I was the youngest of us all. There was one who was the same age as I, so we're the 2 youngest, but she was born in April and I'm born in October. I didn't understand that childhood trauma is real until now in my 40s. Struggled with a lot of things, and through the processes that talking to people, I never visited a psychologist or somebody. I always spoke to people, hear people's stories, share my own pain, and I've been healing like that. I've been in the journey of healing. In the UK, I did 10 years almost, talking to people, meeting people with the same challenges, not understanding why people could be saying, I don't love my mom, I don't talk to my mom. But, as you go along, you go through your aha moments of realization that, okay, this is what really triggered how the person is behaving. A lot of people are hurting. Some people don't talk about their hurt, obviously. But I want to talk to us about my hurt, not for one to pity me. I understand that my journey is who I am. There's no coincidence in what happened in my life. And I understand, as Oprah says, what happened to you didn't really happen to you. It happened for you. For the gracious, strong, resilient woman sitting here today, I wouldn't have been if not of all the beatings from my stepfather, my stepsisters. I know, what an irony for me to say this, because when you get those beatings, you go through bleeding, you go through pain in your heart, you miss your mom who's not around to protect you. But at the end of all this, you are victorious. Hence the channel is called Born for Victory. My stepfather didn't kill me. My stepsisters didn't kill me. The loneliness I felt in that household that was so unloving and so unkind to a child I was, the ages of 6 to high school, that needed protection from the people that tormented and traumatized me. It's awful, but I never see it as this way, that it was an awful time of my life. I think destiny knows better. When we were yet to be born, when we're still in our mother's womb, I think a book is already written of what we're going to face, what we're going to go through, and we go through it. So my childhood trauma educated me. It was my life university. I endure it, and as you can imagine, as a child, I couldn't, when my mom comes to visit, because she came twice in a month, weekends to visit, I couldn't sit with my mom and grumble about what I'm going through or the things that I was facing. I thought it was the norm. I thought that's how life was lived, My family was not perfect. My family, I understand that I grew up in a household where I was brought up by people who were in pain. My stepfather was probably going through his own traumas, now projecting them on us, his stepchildren and his own biological children. So I look back at my stepfather, may his soul rest in peace, as a man that needed healing, but there was not an opportunity in his generation that he could know that he was not okay. I remember one moment when I was in my 14, 15. I'm already going high school. I started school early. I was a clever little girl, I remember 14, 15 when the boy started talking to us. He was very harsh and hard, and he said, nobody's going to have a boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And my stepsisters, one by one, kept disappointing him. They had babies. And I was left the one, who was really traumatized. I kept on focusing on schoolwork, and what my mom tells me wasn't easy, obviously. Towards my high school, my matriculation year, he started being more hostile. And that's when I saw myself becoming so stubborn, A whole lot of situations. You would come home, my senior stepsister would tell that, oh, Jacqueline has a boyfriend, and her and this one, they were out, they didn't come home, blah, blah, blah. Those kind of things. My stepfather would wait for you to go to bed. That's how horrible my stepfather was. He would beat the crap out of you when you're sleeping. I had so many scars. I had bleeding from the back of my head. I had my left breast open, bleeding, stuff like that, The teachers that were kind of my parents were very concerned about the situation. But what happened at the end of the day? We prevailed. I prevailed. The inner strength, the inner powerful strength that is naturally given helped me through all these times. There are people who are going through these kind of things at the moment, and I want to say to you, never lose hope. Be encouraged. Let's work on ourselves. Let's forgive. How I made it, how I passed through this, and I'm still able to put a smile on the people in this current moment's faces. It's unknown to me. It's a mystery. The spirit of a man, when I say man, I mean human being. It's something so profound and so unbreakable. You understand? And his wish was for me not to be nothing. My stepsisters, as I speak to you, one passed away, one is not feeling well. They say karma. Karma is a bitch. My stepsisters now, everybody's visited by their karma for being not so good people to me. But at the same token, my step one, for me to still look this great, to have accomplished a lot in my life, my success is personal. So my success in traveling the world, meeting people, is as a result that I was able to forgive. This is my step number one for us. In terms of childhood trauma, you have to forgive your offenders. People that were so horrible and hostile in your life, they were placed in your life for a purpose, for a reason. I don't believe there is a coincidence. Look, my mom, my beautiful mom, may her soul rest in peace. It's almost 18 years since she's gone. She did what she knew best to do. She took care of me in a way that she knew to be the right way. As I say, I wouldn't look back and say, oh, my family was the worst. They were people who needed healing. There were people who were broken that needed to be brought to wholesomeness, but nothing like that happened to them. And we must understand our parents are always doing the best. My mom's first marriage, she was separated from her husband by death, and she met my stepfather. She was still like my age, in her 40s. We wouldn't condemn her to staying single because she lost her husband, what have you. She got married to the man that was in pain, my stepfather, very abusive, very angry, very bitter, very insecure. Like most of us, we've gone through life dating this personality character of a man because, these curses, whatever, I don't want to use the word curse, the trauma carries on into generations. If we don't heal the trauma, it keeps going from womb to womb. Yeah? From the mother nature where the child is conceived, if the pain is not healed, it has to progress. It has to move into the next generation. So probably my mom, from my grandmother, whoever, they didn't heal certain things, and she attracted this type of a man, and blah blah blah. I'm grateful because I haven't started my family yet, because I'm the generation that is called the chain breaker, the healer of the generation. I realized from a very early age. By the way, I was proposed 7 times. Yes, I'm a very good woman to marry, but I decided not to marry because I know there's so many people out there who think, oh, Jacqueline, never married. I never got married by choice because I didn't want to be the right woman for the wrong man, or vice versa. I needed to learn more about me and what I've endured, the pain I've gone through. And now we're almost at the place of ready for this kind of commitment called marriage, and bringing forth, the souls that will live in a conducive, healthy, loving environment called a home that I will create with the future partner. Yeah, so as we go along in the channel, I would like us to obviously bring some people who can share their story on this, and how they also can explain how everybody managed to be victorious in this area. I'm not claiming my victory, my complete victory yet, because as I say, healing is a process. But I want to be part of all of us healing, because they say people believe that healers give you the medicine or the word and you're going to get healed. No, we just mirror you what you need to see, and you start your own journey. So my story is about that, and a lot is to come. Hopefully. There were rapes in my teenage years. There were so many things, scary stuff. I went through miscarriages. I went through some few abortions. As you can imagine, a child like me was almost victimized. But I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. So a lot has happened in my life. And this smile is not fake. This smile is real, because every time I sit down with myself, I realize what a powerful queen I am. I've endured a lot, not just from my childhood, leaving the village and coming to the city. Obviously, from the foundation, I was bound to make so many mistakes, which I did. Today, almost going to my 5th decade, I feel great. I feel awesome, and I feel blessed, and I feel privileged to sit down here and share this with you. And there'll be more questions. Obviously, there'll be some ladies coming to join us in the studio. Feel free to write your feedback. As I said, I'm not sharing this to be pitied, but I want to empower one young girl, one young man. If I made it through all this hell, girl, boy, you can do it. So Born for Victory is about victory. Victory over all. I've been to hell and back. I've seen it all. And as a Libra, as an Empress, we're not giving up now. We are here for a purpose, for a reason, and we reconcile with ourselves that this energy cannot be broken. The spirit cannot be broken. Whatever happened in my life, in your life, in her life, has a purpose. So please, if you can resonate to what I'm sharing, subscribe to our channel, Born for Victory. Like, share with your friends. Give us your positive feedback. We'll appreciate that. God bless. Namaste.